Walker 40 minutes in the last 3 games. How's he doing physically, and why have you been leaning on him just so much?
Well, I think we'll find out how's he doing physically, in this series just because of how tight a turnaround it is. We played Monday. We traveled yesterday. We got one day to get ready, for these next 2 games. So I think this is where you find out a little bit of, that. So, but he's playing well. He's playing extremely well. So that goes to your second question. And in the grand scheme of things, he needs to be playing because he, obviously he's our best ball handler, all the things that he has. It'd be good to see if we can find someone else to give him. And I started to talk about it this past weekend, as we've gotten some guys, we have more guys possibly to be able to go to. Can we figure out how to get him 2 minutes a half, or before media timeouts or whatever it is. And I think that'll be part of the plan if going forward, if one, he can keep playing the way he's playing. Two, we get some other guys. I thought we got, more contributions and we might, with getting 2 and 3 guys back, there's more. I think Jim Arthur said, and he was the only guy who played more than 30 minutes in the first game against UNLV. So there is some more rest going around, and it's just a matter of how and when is it gonna get to him. And I do know going into this series, because of the quick turnaround for us, that's probably going to be part of something we have to figure out in these 2 games against Fresno.
And will that rest come, the rest that you hope to give him, will that come in game 1, or will you look for that in game 2 as well, or you just try to take it just game by game here against Fresno?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, we got to take it game by game. How's the game going? Again, first point is hopefully he keeps playing the way he's playing, and then we're making these decisions, as he's playing well, to say how do we steal some time to give him a little bit of rest. That's really how I'm trying to approach it. Different times in the game, clock stops at different times. How are we aware of that to steal some breaks for him if we can? And like I said, hopefully he's playing well, and I want to give him a break for positive reasons, what I mean, that he's playing well, and we also have that opportunity. So I think it's going to be every game. Like I said, I tried, started to think about it before the second game of UNLV because I knew he'd played 40. But it's a positive that he's playing that well and showing, that he continues to play well, playing all those minutes. Now as he keep going forward, it becomes a little bit of a, I hope it's more in my mind and not his mind, you know what I mean, that he's just a player and he loves playing 40 minutes and, he doesn't want to come out of the game. And then it's in my mind that, hey, it'd be helpful to him to get him out a little bit, and, hopefully we'll be able to do that.
Hey, Coach, I apologize. I'm at the gym right now, so if it's a little loud, I apologize for that. Wanted to ask you, when you see the team and how they played on the last game on Monday, we talk about being the process and being encouraged by certain signs. Are you encouraged by how they're playing of late and how you guys could possibly grow on that today or this week, excuse me?
Yeah, I mean, I thought, like I said, leading into the series, we had a really good week of practice. The practices were much more competitive. I mean, they were just good practices, and like I said, heading into the UNLV series, just wanted to see that transference from practice to game. And like I told our guys, I did see it in game 1. I saw that transference. We knew after that we just had to have it be better. And I thought we were better again on, in the second game against UNLV. We were better in both games defensively. I thought second game we were better offensively. And like I told the team afterwards, we're going to keep getting better in February. I think having 3 guys back that we haven't had for the whole year, the first time all year we've had our full complement. First time we've played games and practiced playing games with everybody there all year long. So you put all those things together, I think it's ripe right now for us to improve if we can sort of build off of last week's week of practice in these games. The problem is, it's not a problem, it's just the way it is. we got 1 day to get ready for Fresno, as they've been sitting at home with 4 days to get ready for us. So, and then after this series, we might have a week of practice because we have a little bit off, but we don't have that practice right now. So I told our guys after the game, that they really can see where it's just really all about us. We got 1 day to get ready. We got to do exactly what we did last week, getting ready, and how we played against Vegas, and we got to be ready to do it tomorrow against Fresno with sort of no real prep time, and that's going to be this challenge of tomorrow and Saturday's games.
And you're one of those guys who's Abe that's coming back. Who's the other two that you're referring to?
Well, Camden Vanderswag and Carter Murphy were able to play for the first time this year. So Cam was able to play both games. I thought he gave us good. He gives us something that we don't have. He's got a physical presence. He's a little bit of like our version of what all the teams in our league have. They have these like 6'4", 6'5", strong, stocky guys, and that's what Cam is for us. So defensively, that helps us a little bit. He likes to mix it up, and I just think continuing to get him minutes. It was good to be able to play him in both. Going to keep doing that. Carter was first time he was able to play. He hasn't practiced anywhere near as much as Cam has this year, and he's a little different. But I just think, again, Abe, Cam, Carter, they just add to our depth, and at this time of the year, like I said, gives us a little something more, more things to go with, and I think it's ripe for what we're trying to do right now, just in terms of continuing to improve throughout February.
You guys shot the ball really well on Monday night and played pretty good basketball. Are you almost kind of happy that you have a quick turnaround?
Well, there is a little bit of that. A little bit of we got to do exactly what we just did on Monday. Obviously, we were better Monday than Saturday, but Saturday was still pretty good. And I think our guys are pretty clear about what our direction is and what the points of emphasis are after last week's practice. So, you just never know. Sometimes practice is good. Sometimes coming off of these two games, it's good for us to go out there and just play again. But, I won't know that until we actually play, and there is an element, though, at this juncture, having played X amount of games, like I just said, our guys know what it is. I think there's a little bit more understanding of it. They've had a little more practice at it over, say, the last 8-9 days, including 2 games. And, I'm looking forward just to see if we continue to see that transference of what we've seen. Now it's going to be like game to game. Can we see that transference game to game, not necessarily practice to game? And if we do, then, hey, I know we're getting better, and so do our players. And like I said, I know our guys are very clear right now about what those points of emphasis are for us to make sure we do get better here throughout February.
And I'm just curious, what's the overall morale in the locker room? I mean, it seems like you guys are so darn close. Do you have to build them up a little bit, or you're starting to see more confidence from your guys? Yeah.
I mean, I think the main thing is, and I continue to stress this to them, is whatever we just did on Saturday and Monday, which was put ourselves in the game, play better, be better at the things that are important to us. That put us in both of those games. And we have to learn that that's what we got to do every game. Because once you put yourself in every single game, that's when you learn, the thing is that's when you learn to do the things that sort of affect that end result. Affect what actually goes to, whether that's your mood or you're up or you're down or whatever. I mean, if you go play that way every game, then all you're doing is practicing those things that put you over the top, put you over the hump in that game. And, I know after the second game, the game plan is going to be similar to against Fresno as it was against UNLV. We're going to have to stop three-point shooting. We're going to have to rebound the ball. And if we can do those two things and we, play better offensively like we have, then those are the keys to put us in the game, and then we'll be practicing how to produce the result that we all want, but we got to get to that consistency here in February of we do that game after game after game. And if we do, then, that's where confidence comes from. To me, confidence comes from doing the things that you practice, doing the things that make your team play well. And if you do that game after game, you're confident, and then you do the thing that produces the result you want as a result of that whole process, and that's what I want to see tomorrow.
When you talked about Carter and Camden in practice, was there a reason they didn't have the same practice schedule? Did you have them available to practice throughout this whole time?
Well, Carter's been injured, so he was injured. Cam, though, he's been able to do as much as allowable in practice, but Carter was not the same. So that's why I feel really good about Cam, just because he's been battling all year. In the mix, doing everything. So game shape wise, playing wise, I feel really good about the amount of reps he's gotten and cracks in practice. Carter's not the same level. So again, I don't think, they're a little different that way, just in terms of the amount of, time they actually can get. And the other thing with Cam is figuring out what's right for him. He definitely helps us. And then how do I balance that with, Mika's been playing pretty well, and they seem to be, each other's subs, you know what I mean? But the way I'm looking at it is, if we can get Cam and Mika and they're one guy, and those two guys produce, one set of good 40 minutes, that's what we're looking for. You get the same thing with Abe and Nick. You get those two guys to produce one set of a good 40 minutes. You throw AJ in there with how he's playing. Does that get us up to three guys? Have these five guys, but giving us three spots on the court where, hey, we're getting good play from those three spots. That's sort of what I'm envisioning here going forward. And, how do we then add that fourth? I think having the full complements put Keaton in a little better spot defensively to really help us defensively. So I think it's helping there. So I think we're on a trajectory that we want to be on, and it's just a matter of us, being able to do it tomorrow, do it on Saturday. But I think I sort of have a good feel and sense for sort of the recipe going forward here for throughout the rest of February and into March.
And playing Fresno State, as you know, they've got a 7-foot center who's also a 64% free throw shooter. Now you've got a little bit of depth there. How differently can you approach that as opposed to a couple weeks ago when you basically had Nick Jackson on the interior and nobody behind him?
Yep. I just think it gives us more, just gives us more options. You've known throughout, it happens to every team, but, there's certain games where, hey, this guy's not playing as well, and this guy's not playing as well. Now we have different options, but different options, to help us play better, to help us defend the three-point line better, to help us defend Robinson better, to help us rebound better, to make us better versus, possibly just putting somebody in because somebody's not playing well. Like we're having an ability, I think, to make us be better. And, obviously the kid Robinson's going to present a challenge. They got another 7-footer. They got two of them, number 34 and 10. So, like I said, we're going to approach it similar to UNLV, just in terms of what are the things that we can do. How do we continue to get good at taking certain things away from them, which is what we have to do. And then I thought we executed better and ran our offense better. And it's been a point of emphasis here of, we're going to do what we do. We got to run our stuff, and they got to guard us, have that mentality of they got to guard us, and develop that mentality within our program and see if we can put both of those things together at the same time. And having more bodies obviously helps.
And can you elaborate at all on Carter Murphy's, the injury he had to overcome, or
he's had knee, he's had knee problem, whether that's tendonitis of sorts, different times. And it's been there for a long time. I just fully, through whatever we did with him, He got himself back to where he was able to really start to go every day full, probably January 20th, something like that. So it hasn't been that long where he's able to day after day after day it. And hopefully he'll be able to stay healthy and, we can see and find out if he can help, so because that still remains to be seen. I was happy with Cam Vanderswag. I think he's going to help. We need to find that out about Carter as we continue to go and practice in a way where point of emphasis to our guys is whoever's going to zero in and do well and practice at the things we're doing and concentrate on, they're going to be the guys that play in the games. And I think now our players know that that's true because we got the full complement of guys, and that's why our practices have been better over the last, say 10 days.
And Mason Taylor and Joe Octave didn't play at all at UNLV. Are they still available?
Yeah, they're still available. It's just, yep, they're still available, and they're still part of what we're doing. Like I just said, I think when you look at it, if you put those, Cam and Carter come back, Abe comes back, Mason and Joe, you talk about numbers, that's 11 guys, and we're going to practice every day. And there's a clarity for our players, I know, in that what it is I'm looking for and what are the things that are going to make us continue to improve, what are the things that are going to make us improve throughout February, and those guys have an opportunity every day to show that in practice. And like I said, I've stressed to them, that's who we're going to sort of, go with here down the stretch, because that's the way it's supposed to be. And, fortunately, we got to that point, say February 1st, you know what I mean? Which is good. I'm glad it was February 1st instead of not the whole year. Obviously, I wish it was earlier. But, we got to where come February, we got our full complement of guys. It's made us practice better. I thought we played better this past weekend against Vegas. And here we go with the next two games, and we're going to see if we can keep going in that direction.